What's up everyone? If you don't know, I've been a big fan of the Dragon Ball franchise since I was a kid watching it on Toonami. And since the newest Dragon Ball movie, Dragon Ball Super Broly, is hitting theaters in the US this week, I decided why not give this legendary Saiyan his own history of episode, so you could see what he's all about. Broly first appeared in Dragon Ball Z Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan movie in 1993. He was created by Takao Koyama and designed by Akira Toriyama. With that said, there are now two versions of the character that exist. The original I just mentioned, which is actually not considered to be an official Dragon Ball canon, as he is not part of the original manga. But more recently, the character has been reworked with a new design and backstory, and has been brought into official Dragon Ball canon by the creator of the Dragon Ball franchise, Akira Toriyama, with the movie Dragon Ball Super Broly. But don't worry, I'm about to explain both versions of the character, so you can see how they differ with origins. I'm going to start off with the original incarnation because, well, that just makes sense. Broly is the son of the Saiyan named Paragus. After birth, Broly was placed into a crib next to Goku, in the Saiyan delivery room. That's right, Goku and Broly are the same age. Being crib neighbors, Broly was constantly bothered by Goku's continuous crying. It affected Broly so much that subconsciously he developed a grudge against Goku. What's really nuts about Broly is that as an infant, he was born with a power level of 10,000, making him almost just as strong as Bardock, Goku's dad, and even King Vegeta, Vegeta's dad. In other words, at birth, Broly's power, it's over 9,000! This terrified King Vegeta. His mindset was, his strength is gonna grow as he gets older, and what if he decides to rebel against me? So he gave the order to have Broly and his father Paragus killed. Paragus begged the king to spare his child's life, saying that his son could help and even be an asset to King Vegeta, his son, and the planet. King Vegeta was like, this could be true, but what could also be true is that he decides to overthrow the Saiyan royal family. So King Vegeta shoots Paragus with an energy beam in the chest, and then has guards take Broly from his crib and stab him in the chest. Which honestly, I don't even like saying because it's just like next level evil stuff right there. Stabbing an infant and then throwing him and his father's bodies in a junkyard? Good grief. And they show it via a silhouette. That's just next level crazy. Anyway, soon after this, Frieza would destroy planet Vegeta, but wouldn't you know it, Broly wasn't dead and neither was his father. So Broly, using his incredible power, flies them off planet Vegeta before it exploded. Ironically, Frieza destroyed planet Vegeta for the same reason, the fear of a legendary Super Saiyan rising and overthrowing him. As Broly got older, it became clear to his father that King Vegeta was not totally unjustified for trying to kill Broly, because Broly's behavior became more maniacal and unpredictable as he got older, which could be attributed to his great power and traumatic events as a baby. Broly has such bad anger problems, he punched his father in the face so hard, he blinded him in the left eye. Being scared his own son might snap one day and kill him, Paragus had a scientist make a crown that when placed on his head, his father would be able to control him via a bracelet. Paragus was just narrowly able to put it on Broly while he was sleeping, but now he's able to control his son. After this, Paragus launched the plan to use Earth as a base of operations to take over the universe, because why not? And the fact that he wanted to kill Vegeta also helped. He would also use Broly to destroy the remaining planets in the South area. This caused King Kai to contact Goku and tell him of Broly. As for his fight with Broly, I'm going to get into that during story arcs. For now, let's talk about the official in-canon Broly. Now, if you don't want to know Broly's new origin and you want to wait for the movie, this is your spoiler warning. For everyone else, let's do it. Much like his original take, Broly was born around the same time as Goku and Vegeta. He was violent and yet again born with a power level of 10,000. He would live on planet Vegeta for some time before being sent away to a frontier planet by King Vegeta, who hated the fact that Broly had greater potential than his son, Prince Vegeta. On the planet, Broly met a giant creature that he named Ba. It pretty much became his pet and friend. Broly would even spar with Ba by dodging its attacks. But Broly's douche of a dad saw this friendship as a hindrance to Broly's growth and shot the beast, losing its ear in the process. Because of this, Ba left and never returned. So Broly decided to wear the severed ear as a green pelt to serve as a memento that he will always be together with Ba. It's pretty dang sad. As for personality differences, this Broly is pretty different from his original counterpart. In this take, Broly is a lot more compassionate and gentle-hearted, and is shown to be sensitive, friendly, and sentimental, which is an extremely rare trait for the Saiyan race. In general, he just has a saner personality but lacks social skills, which you can't really blame him for not having social skills as he grew up on a planet where he was only able to talk to his dad. He's very quiet because of this and has an undying loyalty for his father, and he has this loyalty even though it was pointed out to him that his father probably only saw him as a weapon to fight his wars. Broly's love for his dad is so strong that when Broly saw his dad's corpse, it made him burst into a rage and transform into a Super Saiyan. Something that this Broly has in common with his counterpart is that sometimes he goes berserk, but only when provoked. This allows him to tap into his wrathful form. This state allows the user to access the powers of the Great Ape, but without the transformation itself. While in his Super Saiyan form, he goes into a kill everything that moves mode, but I'll talk more about his powers later. And now that you know a little bit more about both versions of Broly, let's talk about story arcs. Remember when I said I would tell you about the epic showdown between Broly and Goku from Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan? Well, that time is now. Long story short, Paragus lures Vegeta, Goku, and so on to another planet, New Vegeta, a planet that was home to any remaining Saiyans after the destruction of their original planet. It was on New Vegeta that Paragus was going to take revenge for what King Vegeta did to him by killing his son. The problem with his plan, though, is that Broly remembers Goku as the crying baby that tormented him as an infant. This makes Broly go into a rage, destroying the Control Band device and transforming into the unstoppable Legendary Super Saiyan. In this berserker rage, he easily takes care of Super Saiyan Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and future Trunks, as well as Piccolo, and then after kills his father as there's no band to control his rage. Looking like there's no hope for anyone to defeat Broly, Goku's friends share their power with him, even though Vegeta was reluctant at first, thinking Goku was beneath him. In any case, this gives Goku enough energy to punch Broly so hard that it made him explode. The next time we see Broly is in 1994 in the 10th Dragon Ball Z movie titled Broly Second Coming. This movie confirms that Broly did indeed survive his defeat by Goku and was able to make a desperate escape in a space pod as new planet Vegeta was destroyed. Broly's space pod would eventually reach Earth, where he would ultimately enter a catatonic state for 7 years right after Cell's defeat. Broly is eventually woken by Goku's second son Goten's cries. Once awoken, Broly becomes even stronger than before, as all Saiyans do after overcoming near-death experiences. Now woke, he sets out to get his revenge on some fellow Saiyans. But Goku is dead at this point in time, as he sacrificed himself to defeat Cell, so Broly goes after Goten as he resembles his father. Long story short, Broly once again becomes the Legendary Super Saiyan and begins fighting Gohan, Goten, and Trunks, who he easily knocks around. Ultimately, however, Gohan and Goten fire a family Kamehameha wave that also uses the spirit of Goku. The attack sends Broly flying into the sun, obliterating him, apparently ending the life of the Saiyan once and for all. But I did say apparently because Broly would come back one final time in the movie titled Bio Broly. This time, blood samples were somehow taken from Broly and now being used by an evil lord who gives it to a team of doctors and scientists to create a mutant Broly clone. The clone eventually wakes up and becomes mixed with bio liquid, mutating him into a creature known as Bio Broly. So yeah, a way different Broly than we're used to. He ends up fighting Goten, Trunks, and Krillin, but of course is eventually defeated when he's exposed to salt water, which fossilizes him. So Goten and Trunks blasted him into pieces with a combined Kamehameha wave, ending Broly once and for all. And that's about all there is to say about the OG Broly. As for the new version of Broly from Dragon Ball Super, there's not much more I could say about him, as he's only been in one movie thus far, and I pretty much covered a good bit of him in the Origins part of the episode. As far as powers go, Broly is one of the most powerful Saiyans to ever exist in the Dragon Ball franchise. Because of this, he has all the basic superpowers you would assume, like superhuman strength, durability, speed, and reflexes. He also has the ability to fly and create insane attacks using his ki. One of his coolest attacks being the Eraser Cannon. For this attack, Broly charges a green light of energy from around his body and puts it into a bright green energy sphere, then waves his hand forward and fires the attack at his opponent. In some cases, he also fires it from his chest. Broly also possesses the ability to transform into a Super Saiyan, where his hair color changes from black to golden. At the cost of certain levels of consciousness, he can also transform into a Legendary Super Saiyan. Broly's original version was much stronger than Goku and Vegeta and all the other Z fighters in both of his forms. And in the Dragon Ball Super version, he is shown to fight with ease against Goku and Vegeta in their Super Saiyan Blue transformations, which is insane. Putting it simply, he's one of the strongest Saiyans in the Dragon Ball franchise, as well as one of the most powerful characters in general, hence him being known as Broly, the Legendary Super Saiyan. Now I know these aren't reading recommendations, but watch Broly Legendary Super Saiyan, Broly Second Coming, Bio Broly, and Dragon Ball Super, Broly. First up for Wednesday, January 16th, we have Man Without Fear Issue 3. Daredevil is gone, but Hell's Kitchen is still a place of heroes and villains. The many loves of Matt Murdock will all learn what it means to live in a world without Daredevil. Here we have Justice League Dark Issue 7. If you love the Justice League and magic, you have to check out this series. Now we have Black Widow Issue 1. If you've ever wanted to read a Black Widow comic, now's your chance to jump on from the start. which I do recommend you do. And finally, we have The Batman Who Laughs issue 2. After the shocking ending of issue 1, a ticking clock sets Batman on a trail throughout the different realities of the multiverse. And that's gonna bring another episode of Variant to a close, but remember to check out all of our social media like our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links for that is in the description as always, but I'll see your lovely faces next week when I talk about all things comics.